Today's topic that we're going to be covering, I'm real excited about because this is something that everybody here can use. And I'm trying to really hard to give you guys the easy button to create thought leadership and to drive inbound leads into your profiles. Okay. We work a lot with LinkedIn, and we work a lot with helping you to position yourself as the go-to candidate in your industry, right? I'm going to show you today how to real easily let the rest of the world know what it is that you do and to make you the expert, the go-to person, the go-to candidate. That's what we need to create. Okay. We need to create inbound leads, inbound opportunities where people are coming to you, right? They're coming to your front door. They're coming to your LinkedIn profile. How much easier is it when somebody's knocking at your front door, when they're going, "Hey, Cindy, I want to talk to you about talent management." It's a lot easier conversation to have when they're coming to your front door, right? All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen in here, and we're going to go over today's class, which is content creation for thought leadership. Okay, here we go. In your playbook, guys, from the Career Transition Summit, I've added a new section in here, added some new content. Today, we're going to be covering career search marketing, how to position yourself as a thought leader in your industry to drive that traffic to your profile. So I wanted to create the easy button for this. I have this thing I call the 7 C's to cash flow. Okay, the 7 C's to cash flow, which is consistent content creates conversations that convert into careers and cash flow. The keyword there is consistency, right? Consistent content. So we need to be able to do this consistent. So in order to do that, we need an easy button. Okay, this doesn't have to be difficult, especially in the new day and age of AI and things like that. I want to show you guys some tools today. All right, is that okay with you guys? Okay, perfect. So the first thing that we need to do here, as you're going through this section of the playbook, okay, I made this like a checklist, so it's easy. And on this checklist, first thing I want to do is I want to go through here and I want to look at creating content for job seekers. And as I mentioned before, you're going to go through this and there's a couple of benefits. Number one, you're going to establish yourself as a thought leader. Number two, it's going to help you to expand your network. Combine up not just your LinkedIn, but all social media. When you think about all your social media, if you're on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter or whatever, what do you think your following is, right? How many people do you think are in your sphere? So this is a great way to expand your network. If you guys want to expand your network, which they say your network is your net worth, guys. And I promise you, if we expand our network and we grow it, the number one way to find a job nowadays is through networking. Who believes that? Who legitimately believes that? Who has got a job through networking before, right? Or was it just like, you know what, you applied online and all of a sudden, like it just happened that way, right? So we know that 80% of jobs are through professional networking, guys. So if you want to expand your network, if you want more careers and cash flow, we need to get to this thing. We need to do this. So we need to expand our network and we need to build a strong personal brand. What's a personal brand? Anybody know what a personal brand is? Personal brand is what people say about you when you're not around. What do they think about you? Okay, that's a personal brand. When you think of a brand, what do you think of? Like when you think of Toyota, what do you think of? What's the first word that comes to mind when you think of Toyota? I think of reliability, right? But yeah, you have to think about that. Like, what is the first word that comes to mind for you? That's your personal brand. Okay. So I want you guys, for me, what is the first word that comes to mind when you think of me? You need to ask your network this question as well, right? You need to ask your network this. It'll give you some insight because I'm always interested to what other people's perception is, because what your perception is of yourself and the rest of the world is probably a little different. Okay, so it'd be helpful to know that. So I see connector, helpful, who you know, generous, generous networker, positive salesman. Love that. Energetic. Okay, cool. Awesome. So that's your personal brand, guys. That's my personal brand. Some of these words you guys are putting in here, this is what people, mover and shaker. I love that. Love that. All right. So this is the benefits of creating content. Again, establishing yourself as a thought leader, expanding your network, building a strong professional brand. But let's dive a little bit deeper, okay? So we're going to dive into navigating the world of LinkedIn content. There's lots of different content for LinkedIn, guys, lots of different types. Okay, you've got text posts. It's just straight up text, images, videos, articles, and newsletters. Actually, newsletters are fairly new, but they're basically the same thing. It's just an updated version of an article. Documents and slides, those little sliders that you see, right? You got live stream video, LinkedIn polls, okay, and audio rooms. Okay, so these are the different types, and I'm sure they're going to come out with more types of content. And this can be overwhelming. There's lots of different types of content, and it can be a little bit overwhelming. Today, I want to give you the easy button. Let's also discuss the algorithm, okay, because this is where a lot of people get hung up as well. I put together a guide to really help you guys to understand like how the algorithm works. And it really, there's a couple of stages that content goes through for the algorithm. First, you have the quality scoring. What's the quality? Then the engagement that you get. They actually do a scoring, okay? And then it goes to human editors, okay? So the first thing, again, is the quality, okay? So that's number one. We want to know the quality. Is this spam, right? Spam is immediately going to be deemed low quality. And what is spam? Spam is going to be irrelevant, inappropriate posts or comments, unsolicited offers, advertisements, promotions, right? False, misleading, inaccurate information, malicious links, okay? They actually don't like external links. So if you're posting an external link that's sending someone off the platform, they kind of look at that as spam because you're sending people off of LinkedIn. So this will tell you about what spam is. Okay, so that's low quality. You have spam, then you have low quality. And then you've got high quality, right? So high quality would be relevant to the audience, valuable and informative, like maybe educational. Think motivation, education, inspiration. Stay in those lanes. If you can add comedy, that's really good too. If you can make people laugh, comedy is a universal language, right? So this is the the process it flows through. Next is your engagement. That's the second filter. How much engagement are you getting? Then scoring. And so they actually have a point system. So do you know how they have that see more button on your content? If you're looking at a post, let's see here. Let me go to my LinkedIn profile and I'll go to my latest post. Here we go. There it is right there. There's the button, see more. So what happens is you've got 2 lines, or actually there's 3 lines. So I always will put a space in between. You'll notice how I do that. And the goal here is you want them to click see more because that actually gives you some points. And so what I do is I call it this like a cliffhanger. Give them the problem, don't give them the solution. Give them the problem, don't give them the solution, right? It's a cliffhanger. You want them to click see more so they can get the rest, okay? A like is worth a point. A comment is 2 points. A repost is the most viral action. If they repost the content, you're going to get more and more views. Once you start stacking up some points, if your post does well, it's actually going to go to human editors. Human editors are going to review this and they're going to say, hey, you know what? Do we like this? Does this kind of like something we want to continue to push? Okay. Do we want to push this a little farther? And this actually shows you that flow. So again, content gets posted, it gets scored. Is this spam or high quality? Is it good? And then how many likes, all that kind of stuff. They also look at if it gets flagged, right? If it's getting flagged as something that's like spammy, they're going to look at that. Here's a couple of best practices. Number one, you need to understand your audience. So think about who is your audience right now that you're in career search? Who's your audience? Think about that and start to create content that revolves around who your audience is. Another part is to join and contribute to conversations. The more active you are on the platform as far as like engaging on other people's content, the better yours will actually perform. LinkedIn doesn't like when you are a selfish user. Like if the only content you ever engage on is your own, right? Like you're just in your own comments, they don't really like that. So make sure you're out there. It's actually one of the easiest ways to grow on the platform, guys. If you want to grow, one place to start is to go engage on thought leaders in your industry already. Let's say, for instance, somebody that's already doing some big things like Gary V. Okay, Gary V, his posts, every time you see one, it's huge. Boom, thousands of comments. Go engage on that because he's already got an audience. There's already a bunch of activity going on there. And so when you're constantly engaging on their stuff, all of a sudden you're going to drive some of that energy over to your platform. So go contribute and be part of conversations on the platform. Adopt a long form perspective and maintain your credibility. So don't go out there posting a bunch of spam or anything like that. All right. So now let's dive into, now that we understand LinkedIn specifically, and again, all of these guys are in the playbook, all of these articles here. Now let's talk about the easy button. I'm going to show you the easy button today. So we're going to talk about using AI to generate content. So I put together this article. This is new content, so you guys are seeing it here first today. All right. So first of all, AI today, man, I gotta tell you what, it's blowing me away and it's getting better and better. Okay. And so I want to show you some workflow today to really make this easy for you. So you don't have to like rack your brain on this whole content creation part, because this is where people really get hung up. They just don't know where to start. So the first thing that you guys need to do, and you're going to think I'm crazy, but I'm going to show you how easy this is. It's not difficult. You need to create a video podcast. Each and every one of you needs to have your own video podcast. And when I say that, you may be thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know where to start. What do I do? All of these different things. You may be feeling overwhelmed just by hearing me say that. But let me just tell you something. It's not difficult. What I'm doing right now, this very second, teaching this Zoom class, is a form of podcast. You could do an interview podcast. You could do a solo podcast. You could do an educational podcast. However you want to do it, what you need to do is get behind the camera and start talking. Start opening your mouth behind a camera. Start saying and showcasing what you do and your thought leadership. Like no one knows your industry better than you do. Nobody knows it better than you do. So we need to get behind a camera. Still freaks you out. I get it. You know what? It freaked me out too. Our first episode was absolutely terrifying. You should have seen me. I had notes in my hand and I was shaking like this and I was all scared. Okay. So I want you to also think about this. Don't compare your episode 1 to someone else's episode 300. Do not compare your episode 1 to someone else's 300. And you don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. You're never going to get there. You'll never be great if you don't start. So I want to show you guys again how to do this. Again, it could be interview style. Interview is probably one of the easiest ways to get started, by the way, interview style, because you are putting the flashlight on someone else. It's not about you. And when you're first getting started, you may be a little bit insecure about your confidence in what you have to say because you haven't really done it yet. And you're like, I don't know what to say. I don't know where to start. It's not about you. It's about the other person. And so can you create good questions and interview someone else? And if you know what, if you don't know how to create good questions, you could actually go to Chat GPT, put in their bio and say, hey, create some interview questions for this person and just ask them questions. Have a conversation. Not difficult. Now, What do we use for this though? How do we do this? There is a tool out here called Clean Feed. The reason why I'm showing you this one is because it's free 99. So it's called Clean Feed. And the reason why I'm showing you Clean Feed is because we all have Zoom. You could do it on Zoom, but Zoom's actually not going to give you the best audio or video. And the reason for that is because they wanted to create Zoom to be reliable, like at a mass scale with hundreds of people on a Zoom call or what have you. They wanted it to be all over the world. Like they wanted it to be super, super reliable. So they actually had to lower the quality of the audio video. So you want to get the highest audio video quality, you need to go over here, Clean Feed. It's going to help you to get that audio video that's podcast worthy. And they have a free starter plan that you guys can get started with. But that's why I'm recommending this tool in particular, is to get you the highest quality audio and video. And what you need to do there, again, a lot of ways you can do this. Interview somebody. Here's some thoughts on interviews, by the way. Maybe you start doing your informational interviews and record them. Think about it. If I want to work at Toyota and I'm in HR, I need to have conversations with people that work at Toyota. I need to network. I need to have informational interviews. I need to have conversations with a lot of people at Toyota. I need to just talk to people, ask them, what's it like to work there? What's the culture like? All these different things. I need to have a conversation. So you could record that conversation. And what easier way to do that than to invite them on your podcast? Easy peasy. Trust me, they'll be excited. A lot of people have never been on a podcast. The point is, it gets them excited. Okay. The first time I was on a podcast was so exciting that we decided to create one ourselves. So it creates a little buzz. You invite them on. So that's one thing you could do. Another thing you could do is you could, again, educational, teach a class, do a webinar, some form, like what I'm doing right now. This is a great way to do it. You can do a monologue and teach something just by yourself. You don't have to have people on like this. You could do it just monologue style, but lots of different ways to do it. But once you're done with this, now here's where it gets interesting. Here's where it really gets interesting. We're going to use this tool called Opus Clip. You want to know how people are creating these little reels and stuff, these vertical videos and all of this? It's getting a lot easier. And you can get a free version of this as well. But basically, we're going to go over here and we're going to drop in a YouTube link. So first, you're going to upload it to YouTube, create a YouTube channel, drop your YouTube link in here, and let Opus Clip do the rest. Look what it is: auto captions, keywords, intro title, brand templates, all of this. Like easy peasy, guys. I'm going to show you some examples here. So what did I do? Here is an example of, we dropped our podcast in here, right? This was from YouTube. And it even uses AI with keywords and all this stuff to give you a virality score. How much is this thing going to go viral based off of what they see? So this is a 99% viral score. It gives you the text that goes with it. So let's see if we can play this.
You don't have to be light years of success ahead, right? What you said is 2 years, like, listen, hey, I was there just 2 years ago. I was in your shoes. And this is what I did to get where I am today. And it's like, you don't have to be light years ahead. You just got to be just a little bit further ahead in order to be able to show somebody the way, right? Yep. And it's actually even better. It's better that you're that close, right?
Okay, that's a 40-second clip. It's got captions. It's got cuts. It flows good. It's a great topic, right? It's kind of like what I'm doing with you guys today. This topic is about not being, 10 steps ahead of somebody in order to teach them something. All you need to do is be a couple of steps ahead, right? It's actually better sometimes if you're only a couple steps ahead. People think they have to be an expert to teach. No, you don't. You just need to be 2 steps ahead of the person behind you. That's it. And you can show them the way. Hey, you've already been there. I already went down this street. I know which way to go. Turn left. That's what this video is about. And it took that from a 30-minute podcast interview, created this little reel, and all I got to do is download it. Okay, boom. Downloads the video, and it gives me the words and the text and all the stuff to use with it. Angela says, wait, it picked it for you? Yeah, it did everything for me. I did nothing but put that YouTube link in here. That's it. I put the YouTube link in there, and the AI said, let me create some clips for this guy and edit them. Isn't that cool? This is why I'm saying you need a podcast. You need a video. You need a long form video, guys. Each and every one of you need a long form video. And here's the other thing about this, guys. These vertical videos under 60 seconds, they are optimized for every social media platform, not just LinkedIn. So if you post it on LinkedIn and you get 300 views and you're like, oh man, I only got 300 views. You're like, oh, but let's look at the aggregate. Let's look at the aggregate. So if I post it on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, there's a new one called Clipper. Matter of fact, guys, there's a brand new platform that just came out yesterday. And I would encourage you, each and every one of you, you need to hop on it because it is hot as fire right now. It's hot as fire. It's called Threads. It's Mark Zuckerberg and Meta. How many of you have heard of the fight going on between Meta and Elon Musk, between Zuckerberg and Elon? They're fighting it out right now. Zuckerberg just got a good punch. Pow! He just created a Twitter, essentially. It's called Threads. It came out yesterday. It's through Instagram. So you got to have Instagram. It's basically Instagram just made Twitter, its own Twitter. And so everybody wishes they could have got on Twitter when it first came out, right? That's exactly what's happening right now. Go create your Threads account because it's like on fire. If you put something out there, you have a high chance of it going viral and getting a lot of views and all that kind of stuff. And guess what? You can do these vertical videos like this. Vertical video under 60 seconds, and now you own all the platforms. Okay, one video goes everywhere, and this is what they call omnipresent. You want to be a thought leader? Omnipresence. You want to be everywhere at all times. So I can take one video and I can post it all over the place. There's one last step is now we got the video. Okay, we got the short form, we got the clips. Now what? What we're going to do is use Chat GPT for your captions, your tweets, the copy, the words. Okay, because you don't just post the video, you got to put a little words on top. We're going to use Chat GPT to do that. So in here, it talks about using Chat GPT for this. I've even got, a guide. These are some prompts for Chat GPT, right? That you can actually type in and just add in your industry or your niche. And listen, play with Chat GPT. Chat GPT is a phenomenal tool that all you got to do is the more specific you are with your prompt, it's going to create just amazing content for you. I just did this because I wasn't big on Twitter. Twitter was not my thing, never was, because I missed the buzz. If you miss the buzz, you're late to the party. It's like hard. So I never was. I'm not big on Twitter. But now that Threads is out by Instagram, I'm like, okay, so what? I asked ChatGPT, what is a good link for a tweet? Create tweets around this subject. Right? It's all about the prompt that you feed it. So this is how you're going to create the words to your videos. Okay? The words to your videos. So that's a whole process on how to do this, guys. But if we're going to do this, what's the very first step? Put it in the chat. What's the first step? Start. Yeah, I agree. Get started. Yeah, I love that. But get started on what? What do I need in order to do this? I'll give you a hint. I'm doing it right now. Long form video. Bingo. Long form video. Long form video. Okay. And you could, think about what else you could do with that long form video. Just to give you an idea, you could do it live. You want to talk about really getting out of your comfort zone? Do it live. If you do a live stream, what's great about a live stream, real quick, I'll tell you. What's great about a live stream is it creates pressure, and it creates pressure to perform. And that pressure creates what? Pressure creates diamonds. So I'm super grateful and blessed that our very first show was live. It was live. Like, you want to talk about just get started. If you're telling everybody, hey, we're going to be live at 3 p.m. this Wednesday, guess what? You got to show up. There ain't no backing out. You got to show up. And if you mess up, you got to keep going. Yeah, you got to improvise. You just got to keep going. And eventually, through some reps, you get good at it. Throw those mics around. That's right. Okay, so long form video, guys, step number one. Take that long form, slap it into Opus Clip, get your reels going, and then use Chat GPT for your copy. Bada bing, bada boom. That's the easy button. But wait, there's more. There's another tool out here that I found recently that I really, really love. It's called PLR.me. PLR stands for Private Label Rights. So somebody else here has created a bunch of content, and they are giving you the rights to use it. And not only the rights to use it, but the rights to change it up however you want, to put your face on it, to tell people you created it. Heck, like, they are giving you the rights 100% to do whatever you want with it. Matter of fact, you could sell it if you wanted to. There's actually a piece in here where I talk about how to start a side hustle. There's actually people that are selling this. So they go here, they get the content, and then they sell it. Okay. You own the rights to it. The only thing that you cannot do is sell the rights to it. So you can't sell it to someone else so that they can sell it. Does that make sense? You can't sell the rights to it, but you can sell it. You can do a lot of stuff. So there's an article on how to create a little side hustle with it. And then there is a link here to get 10 free credits. This one is not 100% free, but it's actually really super affordable. I think a piece of content will run you like 40 cents, something like that. It's super, super cheap. So don't even worry about price if you do end up getting into it and you do end up buying it, because it's dumb how ridiculously affordable it is. But basically here you can get 10 free credits to try it out for yourself. They actually have ebooks, they have courses, they have all kinds of stuff in here that you can get. Let me get into my account real quick so I can show you. Look at this, almost 20,000 brandable coaching resources. And when I go in here, I'm going to look at the products, and they got all these categories here. Let's go to categories. So there's tons of categories here. Business and marketing. Somebody said they were in marketing. Leanne. Yeah. Okay. Marketing, right? So business and marketing, just so much stuff, guys. Career and job, you name it. It's in here. Okay. Most likely there's something here that you can talk about. So let's go in here. Mark and I are in financial services. So let's say we go over here, we go to money management, budgeting, credit, and debt. There's money mindset. There's all kinds of stuff. Okay. So let's go into this. Let's just check it out. All right. So as we go down, we've got these articles, right? 4 effective ways to save for your future. Let's see. How to create a budget, how to transform your home on a budget. Interesting. All these different articles. And let's go look at the types. So we got articles and blogs. We got action guides, coaching handouts, and lead magnets. This is where I was saying you could literally create a business. You create a coaching business around this. Coaching handouts and lead magnets. Reports and ebooks. Wow, they got ebooks in here? Yeah, you got full ebooks. What could you do with the ebook? You could sell it. You could put it on Amazon and sell an ebook on Amazon. Create a little side hustle out of it. And it's totally legal because you're getting the rights to it. And you just put your face on it. You could send it on Upwork, have them take the image and the graphics, put your face on it. Okay. This is a really cool tool, guys. I'm just going to tell you right now. Yeah, here's an ebook, a joyful journey to financial freedom. Hey, Mark, you think we should get this one? A joyful journey to financial freedom. It says how to live frugally, conquer debt, and still enjoy life. And you know what? Just for grins, because I've got some credits, I'll show you. Let me just download this. Okay, I'm going to download it so you guys can see what this actually looks like. So what it does when I download this costs me 15 credits, which is, again, that would be like, I don't know, $2 or something. It's like nothing. So let's look at it. Let's see what we got here. Look at this. Okay, so here's the ebook. It's got a nice graphic. I could put my face on it if I wanted to. Table of contents. This is professionally written, guys. Here it is. And then what I would do with this, okay, you take this, and I'm going to show you this is getting a little bit advanced, but I just want to show you what's possible here. Okay, what's possible for $2 or whatever this costs. Now I go over here and go to this tool called Flipping Book, and it takes that PDF and it turns it into, I can't remember what they call it, like was it something HTML5 or something like that? It basically turns it into an ebook like this. So look at this. This actually came from PLR. This came from PLR, how to use LinkedIn to grow your business. Fits my vertical just right. I read through it. I was like, hey, this actually is perfect. I love it. Look at this. Little ebook. Flipping the pages. Okay. And I could put my face all over this and brand it as mine. Okay. That's what they're doing, is they're giving this to you to allow you to use it. You can change it. You can edit the words. You can do whatever you want. You could sell it again. Okay. So PLR.me, great tool, guys. I highly encourage you, go check it out, get your 10 free credits, go play around with it. There's so much stuff in there. It's incredible. And they actually have not just ebooks and stuff like that and courses and all of that. They actually have social posts and content too. They got everything in there. Then last but not least is the engagement pods. Now that we got the content, I want to help you to get an organic boost to your content, an organic boost. So we use these things called engagement pods. First thing we want to do is we're going to dive into the LinkedIn engagement pod guide. It talks and it gives you an idea of what a pod is. You're basically, guys, you're trading engagement with each other. It's a like for like, comment for comment. And the more likes and comments, remember the scoring? I told you guys, LinkedIn, you get a score. It's like a point system. The more likes and comments you get, the more points you're racking up. And the more they're going to show that content to more and more people. Okay. So go through this guide. I put together this rule right here to our pod specifically, to the Who You Know pod. The advantage to our pod is that it's going to be ever growing. I decided to take this group off of LinkedIn and onto WhatsApp. And the reason for that is because WhatsApp doesn't have a limit on how many people you can put in it. LinkedIn has a limit of 50 people in a pod. So right now we're gonna get hundreds, if not thousands over time of people inside here, which means you're gonna have people from all over the country engaging on your content, which is amazing. It helps to really boost it. And this just basically, this first page talks about the advantage of having an ever-growing engagement pod, because it won't always be the same people engaging on your content. Okay, it'll be different people. Here's the rules. Okay, if you're going to do this and you want that boost to your content, here's the rules right here. Number one, make sure you go connect. Okay, you need to go ahead and connect and just, again, put who you know as your personal note. So everybody understands, why is this person trying to connect with me? I don't know who this person is. Just write a personal note, put who you know, right? And connect with everyone. Exchange and participate. With a ever-growing group like this, you don't have to engage on everyone's post. Matter of fact, that would probably be unmanageable. It would just be overwhelming. You don't need to do that, okay? What you do need to do, though, the rules of our group is the most recent top 20 posts, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to look for, and you'll see the links that get posted in there. You're going to look for the link and you're going to engage on it. Most recent top 20. So you'll do 20 and then you'll put your link in. After you've engaged on 20 people, you'll put your link in, and then 20 people will go engage on yours. Okay. Make sure it is a thoughtful comment. Matter of fact, LinkedIn just came out talking about, surprise, they really don't care for engagement pods so much, just so you guys know this. LinkedIn has said that publicly, that they're not really crazy about engagement pods because they don't like this generic comments like great post. They don't care for that. So you need to actually leave a meaningful comment. Matter of fact, you can use Chat GPT to help you leave comments. I trained my assistant to do that. I'll show you an example. This is what I would do. Let's say we got this post right here, and I was wanting to leave a comment on this. Write a one-line comment to this social post, and then just paste it in. And there's your comment. Absolutely. Embracing a positive mindset and being open to opportunities can unlock a world of possibilities. Count me in. Right? That is your comment. Okay. Don't just put, hey, great post, but you didn't even really have to think about it. You go in here and you do this 20 times to 20 people, and then they're going to do it 20 times to you, and it's going to help you to boost. I would make sure you say one line comment. Okay. Again, the more specific you are, the better your results. Okay. One line comment, because if I didn't put that, it would spit me out like a big old thick old thing. And it's very, you can tell it's AI generated if you don't tell it to dumb it down a little bit. Okay. If you're going to use the pods, no negativity allowed in the group at all, period. If there is an issue, any issue, let's say someone isn't engaging on your content and you're frustrated about that, or let's say just any issue, do not take it upon yourself to try to solve the problem. Okay. Bring it to me, bring it to my attention. Okay. I'll handle it. Okay. But don't put it in the group. Do not put in there. I had somebody do this recently where they put in there, someone's not commenting on my post. Don't do that. Okay. The reason why is because anything you put in a group setting, it spreads like cancer. It just goes so fast and it spreads like cancer. Everybody starts going back and forth, and they put in their input, and everybody else is putting their input, and it's like just totally kills the whole thing, kills the whole vibe. Zero negativity. Like, that is a hard and fast rule. If you have an issue with these pods, please just bring it to my attention, right? I'm running the pod. Bring it to me. I'll be the one to take that on and face that, whatever it is going on. Just bring it to me, please. That's not on you. You don't have to do that. Make sure you help each other, support each other, learn from each other, protect privacy. So don't post anything that's sensitive information, and just follow the LinkedIn policies. But those are the rules to the pod. Pretty simple. And all you got to do here is click this link, and this will get you inside. Once you've read the rules and understand what it is, you join it. Right now, I think we've got over 100 people in there that's using the platform. You do have to have WhatsApp. So I don't know if you guys have WhatsApp or not, but get WhatsApp, join the group. And this way we can help get your content boosted out there to more and more folks. I know I went over a ton in a short amount of time. It's like a masterclass up in here.